gets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows what gets me going. Yeah, like a little text saying, hey, what's up? They look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Yeah, he gets when I'm in a bad mood. Then he knows how to make it alright. Yeah, I get that, you got a history.
I'm flying the Eachine E019 Air Force. Got a bit of wind today. To be honest, it's hard to find a not windy day around here. So today we're just going to fly around in this field and just give you a sense for what this thing's like. So yeah, this thing is, it's very sensitive to the wind, especially in the paraglider mode. Wow, we might actually have a moment with no wind here. Not quite. Alright, let's spiral here. Ho ho ho! Yeah, it's not too windy here, but this thing really gets taken by the wind. Let's try trimming it up a little bit. See if that helps. Oh, that was the wrong way. Okay, let's see if that helps. Whoops. There we go. Okay, finally. Alright, let's try spiral now. Whoa! Bring it back in frame here. Yeah, it's a great flyer, but in the wind, it really struggles, which is fine. Alright, so let's see if we can come back. Alright, so this is how it flies in paraglider mode. Kind of drifting along with the wind here. And instead of fighting the wind, I'll just work with it. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Flying up and down the corn stalks. Alright, here we go. Hand launch. Kill switch. There we go. All right. So that's how it flies in paraglider mode. I'm going to switch the batteries out now and fly it in hoverboard mode, which is a little less susceptible to the wind. So let's see how this goes. There we go. We're drifting over there a little bit. Get it back. Alright, so there it is in hoverboard mode. Definitely a little bit more stable. That airfoil really catches the wind. So let's try the spiral mode. Oh, a little too close. How about we spiral right here? Okay. Okay. Woo, yeah! Alright, let's do another flip here. Woo, baby! Here we go. Much easier to fly. With the pendulum effect and the airfoil catching the wind, it makes it really, if there's any wind at all, it makes it that much harder to fly. But in hoverboard mode, there you go. So that's it for the Eachine E019 Air Force! Yay!
Alright, so you've seen it fly. Now, what's the score? How does this thing rank against other drones? Well, I think it does fairly well. So let's start with the features. It's a quadcopter that has a hoverboard mode and paraglider mode, and includes an action figure, a remote, and 3 batteries. It does automatic spirals, it does 3D flips, and also has a one-touch takeoff and landing button. And most importantly, this thing has an emergency kill switch, which I think is really cool. It's not something I see very many quadcopters have, and it's really nice. So say this is careening towards your mother's chandelier or a little kid or whatever, and you want to just quickly stop it. You press that kill switch and boom, it stops and drops out of the sky. So as far as features goes, the E019 just kills it. This is a 9 out of 9 for us here. Now, moving on to price, this is typically priced around $35 US, depending on where you get it, and I think this is pretty darn good. So we'll give this an 8 out of 9. As far as design goes, having 2 modes, like the hoverboard mode and the paraglider mode, makes this pretty slick. Now, this is a redesign of the Airhogs, but this has several improvements. It has 3 rates where the Airhogs only has 1. This has a kill switch, and this has 3 interchangeable batteries. So this is a big improvement on an existing design. I really like that. That's an excellent way to go. As far as support goes, I didn't have an occasion to contact Eachine customer support. I think this is actually a field that I'm going to change in upcoming versions of the scorecard, because it's very rare with a toy drone that I do contact support. You know, with the more expensive camera drones, that's where I would typically contact support. Anyway, so we typically give this a 6 out of 9 to give it kind of a neutral value. So ecosystem and aftermarket accessories, this is where the Eachine products really shine. They're one of the few manufacturers that actually offer spare parts and accessories for toy-grade quadcopters. I mean, this is something you just don't see. So if you break a motor or you lose a piece or what have you, it's very easy to just order new parts, which is not the case for most toys. So anyway, this is a really, really great feature of the Eachine product. So I'm giving this a 9 out of 9. All right, as far as quality goes, it's toy-grade plastic. The parts are a bit fragile, so you just need to be a little bit careful when you're flying around hard objects like concrete, asphalt, and whatnot. So just keep that in mind. I gave that a 6 out of 9 as far as quality goes. Now, flight time is, I would think, about average, about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how you're flying and depending on the wind and whatnot. But it comes with 3 batteries, so that's pretty darn good. So I gave that an 8 out of 9. Now, survivability, I guess, relates to quality, but with this, again, being a low-mass product, you shouldn't have to worry too much, but it is still toy-grade plastic. So again, watch concrete. It's best to fly over things like grass, nice soft fields, or indoors over carpet. I think that's kind of the preferred environment for this quad. And finally, we get to stability. So this flies very, very stable, pretty much like any quadcopter you'd imagine in hoverboard mode. But once you put it in paraglider mode, things operate a little bit differently. You've got that action figure hanging down, and it creates a pendulum-like effect when you're doing turns and maneuvers and whatnot. Also, the paraglider sail, the wing, tends to catch a bit of wind if you're outdoors. So these are some things you just need to, just be aware of as you're flying it. So I give it a 6 out of 9 here. All right, and the final score is 81%, which is pretty darn respectable for any toy quadcopter. My bottom line here is this is a solid buy, guys. It's a great toy. Eachine recommends ages 14 and up, which I think is okay. You might let a younger child fly it, but you would definitely want adult supervision, especially when it comes to binding, because the remote does have to be behind the quadcopter when you first bind it, otherwise it won't be oriented properly. So there's just a few things like that, but otherwise this is a really great quadcopter, and I hope you guys have fun with it. I hope you found the review enjoyable, and if you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Peace out.
He's got a bad history, but what about it? Yeah, he's got a bad history, but I want him anyway. So look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation, but what about it? Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? No drama, yeah. No drama, yeah, yeah. No drama, yeah. No drama, yeah, yeah.